World of Tanks Blitz has been around for quite a while, and during its time period for like 8 years, there's never really been any mobile game that actually competed with it. Except for now, which is Tank Company. Now, for those who don't know, Tank Company is literally a World of Tanks but for mobile. And in today's video, we're going to be comparing these two and letting you know which game is better. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy. So starting off with World of Tanks Blitz, I'm just going to do a quick review on mention the advantages and disadvantages of World of Tanks Blitz first, and then the same for Tank Company, and then I'll tell you which one is the better in my opinion. So for those knowing that World of Tanks Blitz is the oldest one out between the two, it has been around for 8 years, which is a huge advantage for wargaming. And the reason main being is because wargaming knows how to keep their players playing the game. They, like for example, how they do their events and how they introduce new tanks. For example, Christmas. They know how to keep their players intact, which is a very good thing for wargaming. And another good thing about it as well is it's a fast-paced game. It's a 7 versus 7. A lot of people do not like 15 versus 15, and there's good reasons to it, because in a 15 versus 15 where there's more players, lag will be a lot more bad than it is in World of Tanks Blitz, and that is already a bad thing in this game. Just imagine with more players, you know how bad the lag would be? It would be quite insane. But that's another thing that, in this game for World of Tanks Blitz, you don't need the newest iPhone, you don't need the newest iPad. It's available for all devices. It doesn't matter if your iPhone or iPad or tablet came out during 2015 or 2014, whatever. You can still play this game as long as you put in the right graphics settings, which it will do automatically for you. You're still going to be able to play the game, and it's going to be playing quite smoothly, which is a huge advantage wargaming has over Tank Company. You can't do that the same with Tank Company. If you were trying to play Tank Company in an old tablet or something, the thing's going to turn into a microwave and it's probably going to go explode. I'm joking about that part, but it's not going to really run perfectly. But yeah, it is a really good advantage for World of Tanks Blitz in general, that it's a 7 versus 7, it's fast paced, and it's also got a lot of, even though a lot of people don't agree with it, it's got its own nation, so it does have its own it has its own fun ways. It has a lot more game modes. So World of Tanks Blitz, in my opinion, is very, very arcadey when you compare it to Tank Company. Tank Company is going to be more realistic than World of Tanks Blitz. Overall, I do think for fun, World of Tanks Blitz is a great game, and Tank Company has to do quite a lot of things to try and compete with wargaming here. So let's talk to the overalls about the Tank Company. So now we'll start with Tank Company, and so what's the advantages Tank Company has over World of Tanks Blitz? Now, one being is the most obvious, that it's say 15 versus 15. Now, personally for me, I see this as an advantage because it's a more unique playstyle. Now, people who have been playing Blitz for years now are probably bored and they want something new. Ask Pantufly, ask any of these YouTubers or anything like that who have been playing Blitz consistently. They will tell you that they are pretty bored of playing Blitz 24/7, and they want to have something new. And Tank Company is the perfect answer. It still gives you the same type of content, but it's a new game and it's a different company. So that is being one of the advantages. And another thing as well, that watching from here, look how big the maps are. You really are going to need good luck trying to play on this game on a old device, because it's simply just not going to work unless your phone's just going to burn up and yeah, you're going to have your own nuclear weapon. But the game is even though Tank Company has all these new features and all that, wargaming still has that experience, that knowledge, and how to keep their game alive, and that's very important. It doesn't matter how better the graphics are, or how better the gameplay is in Tank Company. What really matters is, can Tank Company survive? World Tanks Blitz has survived for years. Wargaming has been able to keep its company on its back for years. It's been around for 8 years, and it's only getting popular. So, for the fact that, yes, Tank Company may have the better graphics, yes, it may even be better in general, can it survive that like Wargaming has done? Like, it's the most important thing. Think of it as a YouTube channel where it's competitive. You're competing against other people. Well, some people may see that anyways, and you're trying to keep your viewers, watching your videos, and hopefully trying to beat that, goal that you want to achieve. And that's what it is in a game. You want to keep your players playing. You want to do, the best for what the game wants, and you want people to download your game, play it, and get very popular, and you want them to keep playing it. Wargaming has done that, but can Tank Company do it? We'll have to see. We don't know yet. We don't know if Tank Company has the skills to do it, or we don't know yet. Wargaming could literally do anything with their game, and it'll just make Tank Company die out. We're just going to have to see. We're just going to have to wait and see. But for now, I do think it's looking pretty promising, as we have a lot of people wanting to play the game already. And it has been Tank Company has came out. It has came out on the on Android devices, I do believe. I'm not so sure about Google Store, but it has came out for the Huawei App Gallery, so you can get it on your Android device. But for now, it's not coming out on iOS until probably like during September. No, my apologies. It's probably going to come out during maybe Halloween time or Christmas time. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, Tank Company does have a lot of advantages as well. It can also learn from mistakes that Blitz has made. For example, when Blitz removed the texture tanks, a lot of people got very upset with this. And, all the pay-to-win tanks that World Tanks Blitz has introduced, like Smasher, Annihilator, the list goes on. There's a lot of mistakes that Tank Company can learn from Blitz, and, can make the game even better than before. It can also learn from its predecessor as well, World Tanks. It can learn what World Tanks did wrong, and, Tank Company can learn from that and hopefully make it better as well. So, we just kind of have to see. Like, as I said, we've got to see what Tank Company brings to the table, but it is very promising. It does look very promising. It's just the fact that, it does have a lot of benefits to the game. It's just, can they, hold on like Blitz has done? And it's a very hard thing to keep your players intact after a year or so, because, to be honest, I've been playing Blitz for 3 years, and I have kind of got bored of Blitz now. I have kind of moved on to War Thunder and games like that. So, but I still play it now and then. I honestly don't think for me to play Tank Company for 3 years, if I ever did, it's going to be a challenge. It is going to be a challenge, but people are going to like that, and we're just going to have to see what happens. But Tank Company, it can improve. There's a lot of good things, as you'll see in the replay. Armor that gets removed that when it's shot, that is so smart and unique. And that's what makes this game perfect, is it has all those good values that any other tank game needs. Tank Company has that. It has the camouflage, it has the details, it has the maps, it has the gameplay, it has everything. And, even though it has artillery, which may be another downside that people might not want to get the game, it's still a very competitive play. It's been the most competitive game ever since Armored Warfare came out for a mobile. So we're just going to have to keep that in mind, that, Tank Company is definitely going to be it's going to grow super fast. It's going to grow super fast, but depending if it keeps the popularity growing throughout the years, we don't know. But there is a lot of there's a lot of features that a Tank Company can make their to keep on their game, that can keep the game still alive. There's a idea I had where it could have this icon in the corner where it shows the crew or the modules what have been damaged in the tank. Well, that could be a really good idea, but it's they're the developers, but they do, as I said, they do have a lot of you know, they have a lot of time to practice on, you know, and to learn from the mistakes that board gaming has made. And, you know, like, for example, the biggest issue of World Tanks Blitz at the moment is being a pay-to-win game. And, you know, Tank Company has actually learned from that. For example, we know that, you know, the crates in Tank Company is not really a thing. It's, you don't have to, the only thing you can get in crates, I'm pretty sure, in Tank Company, don't get me, I might be wrong on this, okay, so don't blame me if I'm wrong, but apparently what I've heard from is that Tank Company only sells their tanks directly in purchase. That means you can only get the tanks directly, you don't have to gamble for it, which is a really good thing. But yeah, that was a lot to say. This is going to be it for today's video, guys. And overall, I can't really compete the two. We're just going to have to see what happens. But both look pretty promising. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.